Allora, nel 75 有放一样，现在对。
This is my dad.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Friday. Friday. That's mango gets a Friday afternoon.
Mango.
Yeah, mango.
做了当你得接近农活。Are you going to stay until 5 or leaving?
We'll stay maybe 30 minutes, then we'll pick up some other.
Okay, we can chant Kunja song first.
Oh, right. Okay,
I'm not sure. Can we put on that line or not?
No.
Available? The blue book is
블루북이었어요.
여름에 지금 방식 받는 거
Le dando toyare vela.
받는 거죠. 그 점은
Nicole, can you able to share the screen, the blue book?
Yeah.
The book? Yes.
And
Is it the same? What was the Khenpo shared with you?
no.
No, it's a different one.
No, that's the John, you know which one.
What page?
What page?
40. Page 40.
What's your Tara, right? Your email. Can you show me your again your edit?
Live here? We live in Chicago? Okay.
Actually, that's cool. Yeah, 5 minutes.
Okay. How old is your father? 72. He's in Ulaanbaatar or where?
I don't know.
Oh no, his daily chant is this long chant.
We read together and chant. This is a very powerful prayer. And do you know Gachan Buchi? So our another Lama, older Lama, he's always say we should chant this powerful chanting. And so people online be patient. Please, we are going to sharing you the text, Vikundu Sombo Molam, which I would like to chant now because one of our friends here, the father passed away, and for that, his name is, how to say, Lord Jean Carlo? Chipme? Okay.
Khenpo, is that in Garchin's Blue Book?
Yes,
I can get the link for that.
I think we
I'm going to share screen.
going to share.
40.
For that, for him. So this teaching is also at the same meaning as this chanting, and this chanting is especially for part of time chanting is very powerful, and we're chanting for him. That okay? Not working.
Wait, okay, great.
John, you have a good voice, or Lama Timkin, are you reading in English? We can. John already memorized, so don't use.
Next year.
Next year, okay. Yes, please.
Ho, everything, appearance and existence, samsara and nirvana, has a single ground, yet two paths and two fruitions, and magically displays as awareness or unawareness. Through Kuntu Zampo's prayer, may all beings become Buddhas, completely perfected in the abode of the Dharmadhatu. The ground of all is uncompounded, and the self-arising great expanse beyond expression has neither the name samsara nor nirvana. Realizing just this, you are a Buddha. Not realizing this, you are a being wandering in samsara. I pray that all you beings of the three realms may realize the true meaning of the inexpressible ground. I, Kuntu Zampo, have realized the truth of this ground, free from cause and condition, which is just this self-arising awareness. It is unstained by outer expression and inner thought, affirmation or denial, and is not defiled by the darkness of unmindfulness. Thus, the self-manifesting display is free from defects. I, Kuntu Zampo, abide as intrinsic awareness. Even though the three realms were to be destroyed, there is no fear. There is no attachment to the five desirable qualities of sense objects. In self-arising consciousness, free of thought, there is neither solid form nor the five poisons. In the unceasing clarity of awareness, singular in essence, there yet arises the display of the five wisdoms. From the ripening of these five wisdoms, the five original Buddha families emerge, and through the expanse of their wisdom, the 42 peaceful Buddhas appear. Through the arising power of the five wisdoms, the 60 wrathful Herukas manifest. Thus, the ground awareness is never mistaken or wrong. I, Kuntu Zampo, am the original Buddha of all, and through this prayer of mine, may all you beings who wander in the three realms of samsara realize this self-arising awareness, and may your great wisdom spontaneously increase. My emanations will continuously manifest in billions of unimaginable ways, appearing in form to help you beings who can be trained. Through my compassionate prayer, may all of you beings who wander in the three realms of samsara escape from the six life forms. From the beginning, you beings are deluded because you do not recognize the awareness of the ground. Being thus unmindful of what occurs is delusion, the very state of unawareness and the causes of going astray. From the delusive state comes a sudden fainting away, and then a subtle consciousness of wavering fear. From that wavering, there arises a separation of self and a perception of others as enemies. Gradually, the tendency of separation strengthens, and from this, the circle of samsara begins. Then the emotions of the five poisons develop. The action of these emotions are endless. You beings lack awareness because you are unmindful, and thus this is the basis of your going astray. Through my prayer, may all you beings recognize your intrinsic awareness. Innate unawareness means unmindfulness and distraction. Imputing unawareness means dualistic thoughts towards self and others. Both kinds of unawarenesses are the basis for the delusion of all beings. Through Kuntuzampo's prayer, may all you wandering in samsara clear away the dark fog of unmindfulness, clear away the clinging thoughts of duality. May you recognize your own intrinsic awareness. Dualistic thoughts create doubt. From subtle attachment to this dualistic turn of mind, dualistic tendencies become stronger and thicker. Food, wealth, clothes, home, and friends, the five objects of the senses, and your beloved family, all these things cause torment by creating longing and desire. These are all worldly delusions. The activities of grasping and clinging are endless. When the fruition of attachment ripens, you are born as a hungry ghost, tormented by coveting and desiring, miserable, starving, and thirsty. Through Kuntuzampo's prayer, may all you desirous and lustful beings who have attachment neither reject longing desires nor accept attachment to desires. Let your consciousness relax in its own natural state. Then your awareness will be able to hold its own. May you achieve the wisdom of perfect discernment. When external objects appear, the subtle consciousness of fear will arise. From this fear, the habit of anger becomes stronger and stronger. Finally, hostility comes, causing violence and murder. When the fruition of this anger ripens, you will suffer in hell by boiling and burning. Through Kuntuzampo's prayer, you beings of the 6 realms, when strong anger arises for you, neither reject nor accept it. Instead, relax in the natural state and achieve the wisdom of clarity. When your mind becomes full of pride, there will arise thoughts of competition and humiliation. As this pride becomes stronger and stronger, you will experience the suffering of quarrels and abuse. When the fruition of this karma ripens, you will be born in the God realm and experience the suffering of change and falling to lower rebirths. Through Kuntuzampo's prayer, may you beings who develop pride, let your consciousness relax in the natural state. Then your awareness will be able to hold its own. May you achieve the wisdom of equanimity. By increasing the habit of duality, by praising yourself and denigrating others, your competitive mind will lead you to jealousy and fighting, and you will be born in a jealous God realm where there is much killing and injury. From the result of that killing, you will fall into the hell realms. Through Kuntuzampo's prayer, when jealousy and competitive thoughts arise, do not grasp them as enemies. Just relax in ease. then consciousness can hold its own natural state. May you achieve the wisdom of unobstructed action. By being distracted, careless, and unmindful, you beings will become dull, foggy, and forgetful. By being unconscious and lazy, you will increase your ignorance, and the fruition of this ignorance will be to wander helplessly in the animal realm. Through Kuntazampa's prayer, may you beings who have fallen into the dark pit of ignorance shine the light of mindfulness and thereby achieve wisdom free from thought. All you beings of the three realms are actually identical to Buddhas, the ground of all. But your misunderstanding of the ground causes you to go astray, so you act without aim. The six karmic actions are a delusion, like a dream. I am the primordial Buddha, here to train the six kinds of beings through all my manifestations. Through Kuntazampa's prayer, may all you beings without exception attain enlightenment in the state of Dharmadhatu. Aho! Hereafter, wherever a very powerful yogin with his or her awareness radiant and free from delusion recites this very powerful prayer, that all who hear it will achieve enlightenment within 3 lifetimes, during a solar or lunar eclipse, during an earthquake, or when the earth rumbles. At the solstices of the new year, you should visualize Kuntuzampo, and if you pray loudly so all can hear, the beings of the three realms will be gradually liberated from suffering. Through the prayer of the yogin, you will finally achieve enlightenment.
Thank you. And that's our chant book. We have page should be 8. There's no number, but we chant once a Sanji in Tibetan. It's fine. Yanda Zamban Tajan Tanan La Sanje Jansan Pamen Gorje Tejing Anza Bada Meba Ye Dewa Jinje Jare Shinkande Dayen Dene Tsengu Jumada Jawa Jinje Warma Chubar Rajene Nande Jardin Jon Dege Dage Molan Dabaye Choje Sanje Jansen Tamje Je Gemen Broba Jinje Ladaza Deyada Benzan Raya Bodana Yanda Zamban Tajan Tanan La Sanje Jansan Pamen Gorje Tejing Anza Bada Me Ye Dewa Jinje Jare Shinkansa Dayen Dene Tsenpo Churmata Jewa Shinje Warma Shubha Tera Jene Nande Jantam Yon Dege Dage Molanda Bande Choje Sanje Jansen Tamje Je Gemen Doba Shinje Lata ngonza sanje no ta ye so jo tu je Khenpo yanda san te jen to na la sanje shang san ban men ko ji te je ngonza ba de me ba ye de wa jen je ja we shin kan da yen de ne Khenpo ma ta je wa shen je wa ma shu ba te ra je ne nan de zhan xiong de ge da ge ma la da ban de cha je san je dong je je ge men do ba xin je la de ya da de ya wa bo da na okay, you can leave anytime if you want to stay. Stay. If not, whatever you comfortable. Okay. Yes. And we are that text, the prayer. You can see now we fully understand what this single ground yet true path and true fruition means, and we need to control our emotions, disturbing emotions, sometimes called afflictions. It's everything in that text, so we can think about that ourselves. And fortunately, Garchen Rinpoche will teach that text and in the new year. You can see how nice that text is and how kind of condensed form of these texts. So that's important. Now I don't remember exactly where we are, which page. Do you remember? 13? 14? You want to read Tibetan? Okay, I can do that. 15?
We finished page 13.
Okay.
We finished reading the last paragraph of page 13.
Okay. So people online, we are on page 15. So you don't have, I think, text. Okay. It involves no effort or achievement or anything needing to be done. The ground of suchness itself has no periphery or center, since it is no referential and uninterrupted. It is the expanse of equalness. Maybe we can paragraph to paragraph. It's sometimes the work, sometimes maybe not perfectly, but try to go through these few meanings. And these practice sometimes we call it involves no effort, so no effort. Often we could have practice that not involving sort of effort. So that is more Dzogchen practice. What we see in this blue text. And we have much more relaxing and settling and the stage of the mind when pride or jealousy or anger or anything arise in our mind, we need to settle in our mind. So that's a whole text is introducing the same way. So I hope you will have some time to listen at least Ngakchen Rinpoche's teachings. This is very special teaching. Very rarely he teaches these texts. And that's a really, really good opportunity to listen. And then that is the first paragraph, and then we have a second paragraph. Since the true nature of all phenomena is equalness, there is not a single thing that does not abide is explained. The scope of our waking mind is a single state of awareness, which everything is equal. Since it's unborn, infinite mass is equal to space. Scope of equalness without interruption. I think early we are talking about this Yeshi, the gnosis and mindfulness, and then we have awareness. So these three are subject, object, and then sort of verb. That's how we can maintain on this uninterrupted state of our own awareness. So that is important here. Is a similar term that a scope of equalness is without interruption. So that should be that. And there is now we can read further and further to see if you see there's any terms that need to discuss. We can discuss, but mainly we can slowly read and try to understand in a sort of natural way and relaxing natural way. Therefore, the fortress of infinite pervasiveness spontaneously present in extremes. The fortress of spacious and timeless expanse has no division into higher and lower and between. The fortress of unborn Dharmakaya encompasses everything impartially. The fortress of the precious secret, unchanging and simultaneously present. The universe of appearances and possibilities, whether of samsara or nirvana, is a perfect as a timeless fortress of a single state of. Here, another term is just a metaphor. It's used as a fortress. Is that in old days, the outside or outer enemies attacking kingdom or state or house or family. So that is necessary to have some physical protections. That is the fortress of this idea. Fortress can help to prevent this outer force. And the Dharmakaya is the most fortress that we can safely live in that realm to nothing attacked. We talk about this, if inside the Dharmakaya means nothing happening, which means no harms can enter into this fortress. So that's why using as a fortress here. And then we have last paragraph on page 5. On this infinite foundation, extending everywhere and partially, the stronghold of waking mind not distinguish between samsara and nirvana. Love Duty Summit is a spacious experience, is the true nature of phenomena. At the very center of panorama of this uncreated nature, the development of effort, open. We can still read this continued idea that we have fortress, now palace, we have mansion, we have now inside the kings, queens, ministers, and armies, and so all what we need. Within that place, adorned by the spontaneous present, array of wealth, a king, naturally occurring timeless awareness, sit on his throne. All aspects of dynamic energy of that awareness, manifesting thoughts that proliferate and subside, serve as ministers, exercising control over the domain. The queen, stability, is accompanied by royal heir and servants, naturally arising like these encompass an experience of supreme bliss, naturally lucid and control. And maybe next paragraph. Within that very context, unwavering beyond imagination or description, is the gain over an entire universe of appearances and possibilities. This is the vast domain of basic space of phenomena. Continue. If one bides in that domain, everything is with an unwavering of this single nature occurring timeless awareness. There is an unfabricated, timeless, and sure tendencies of effort and achievement. Given that the spirit of being, without any hard edges, is conclusive. Everything just as it is encompassing within the expanse, which is not. What did you know? Yes, we are now complete. It's mainly all talking about that our meditation or our practice don't need to effortfully practice because here use as our own mind nature or Rigpa, which is once it's without moving from its own place, it's all activities that whatever we are doing is sort of subsumed and proliferating there, but it's dissolved back into there. So this is important concept, and also you can see how Dzogchen practices kind of effortless. And here in this special prayer, how brave you will become. And say, now I don't know, I may not find, but if someone will find anyway, it's same. If 3 rams are collapsed, you would not have any fears. If you see that, then you can point out which page, which line is related to what our lines here. No? No one really. Which one? Yes, exactly how wording in it, English.
Actually identical to Buddha's
Page 44, paragraph 5.
Okay. Can you read what it says?
If this is what all you
beings of the three realms are actually identical to Buddha's,
Mhm.
the ground of all. But your misunderstanding of the ground causes you to go astray, so you act without aim. The 6 karmic actions are a delusion, like a dream.
Is that paragraph 1?
No.
No, there's no destruction here. Yeah, sometimes we look something, but we don't even see in front of our eyes. That's
It's on the first, it's on page 40.
page 40.
Page 40.
Which,
The 6th paragraph. I think is on the abide in as intrinsic awareness, even though the 3 realms were to be destroyed.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our intrinsic awareness. So early we talk about Gunta Sambo often, and this Gunta Sambo is ever positive that in this our larger book, and so we say I Gunta Sambo, and of course there's no I, but now if you wanted to be a great Pramodya Buddha, then say I Gunta Sambo. Abide as intrinsic awareness. That's the Rigpa translation. And once you abide in this intrinsic awareness, which we talked about earlier, that if you stay and settle in this mode of intrinsic awareness, then whatever comes, whatever goes, should not bother you if you can. And saying even though the 3 realms were to be destroyed, not only our realm, our small cocoon realm, but more whole universe is collapsed, there would not have any fears. It means in order to practice Dzogchen, we sometimes need to be a little bit brave to practice. And this whole metaphor or analogy of the palaces and kingdoms and army and king and queen and all this metaphor is related to that. If you are in that really safe place, then you are very safe, which means you are nowhere safe. Yeah, that's need to think about in opposite one. Okay, then go back to page 17 and. Neither the realm of the 6 classes of beings, nor the even pure realm of the Buddha exist elsewhere. They are the realm of space.
The true nature of phenomena, given that they are on one case in
Naturally lucid awakening mind. samsara and nirvana are fully contained.
within the scope of awareness.
And we can see that we always have this concept of maybe samsara is just delusional things, but maybe nirvana is something we can hope for or we can hold on for a while. So here, these both neither the realm of neither the realms of the six classes of beings, nor even the pure realm, which often called Buddha realm, Buddha fields, of Buddhas exists elsewhere means it doesn't exist out there, means there is no room for existence inside because you are Rigpa don't have that much capacity to hold the whole universe inside. There is our concepts is even worse. It's usually astronomers teach that when we think about our galaxy, not even our galaxy, but our solar system, the human conceptual mind cannot imagine exactly how our solar system how big our solar system is. The actual size we cannot visualize our human mind. So that's why we need to make modules to compare. Compared to sun, our Earth is this much kind of percentage or this much size, and then the distance, everything is just tiny module that fits in our mind. So our mind, how narrow our mind is we slowly we reveal in here. And similarly, when we say our Rigpa is also means individualize it. So now we ourselves making much more small size. That's why we're talking about universal the big awareness, and then the individual's awareness that sometimes use mother and child because we like this kind of comparison concept to make sense to us. It's that, and so these texts are giving us to say anything what we are clinging on is slowly dismantle and slowly losing. So we are desperately need to hold on something. It's almost like a ship wrapped in the ocean. So you would need to hold on some part of the ship, and then anything you can hold on. So that's maybe that's also not safe place. So slowly, our ground is very shaky, and we may lose. Hopefully, we will lose clinging on ourselves to who we are. That's whole purpose. And however, this whatever is not out there, but not in there, but it's if somewhere else, then it's already subsumed in bodhicitta. So we don't need to worry about that we are missing something, or we are excluding something, or we are not perfected something. So everything in there. And then page 19. And this treasury of the basic space of phenomena, the source of everything, Nirvana is timelessly and spontaneously present without having to be sought. So within the Dharmakaya, unchanging and infinite expansive. The manifestation of outer and inner universe is Sambhogakaya. And the natural rising of things like reflections is Nirmanakaya. Since there is no phenomena that is not perfect as the adornment of the three kayas, everything rises as a display of enlightened forms, speech, and mind. Moreover, within its section, the countless pure realm of skandhas rise from every same source, mind itself, the expanse of the three kaya. Here you can see this last paragraph, last line is the mind itself. These we should have a big M, if that maybe helps. Usually in Tibetan, Simnit, the Ni means reality mind or the mind nature, not just mind itself. So mind itself is, if we kind of literal meaning, that mind itself, nothing but mind is then very much what we are talking about yesterday, that was difference between Dzogchen and mind-only school. View of these risings or births takes place in this particular realm. And of course, we like to talk about three kayas because that what comforting us. So that's why here we have three kaya again, and three kaya also making sense through these three natures, which is empty, luminous, and compassion. These three are important in our, as long as we are in a conceptual world, these make us comfortable. So we say it, and we sometimes we believe in that there are such things that are good thing, but so motivative and also comforting that we are here. But you can see that Dharmakaya is unchanging, no referential, and infinitely expanse. It means if there is no referential, it means you cannot interact, you cannot pinpoint, you cannot relate to. And unchanging means it's pretty much either you become Buddha or not. Dharmakaya would not change means it's not really you are dissolving into Dharmakaya, because there's no two things to happening here. And then Sambhogakaya here is also a sort of a reflection, manifestation, or sometimes we call manifestation, but manifestation is a sort of reflection, that's not manifesting something out of something. And then the reflection of that is Nirmanakaya, and these three inner qualities that early we talk about the youthful waste body, the body, we like to talk about the body. In English is a little bit strange. When we say body, Dharmakaya, reality body, it's not talking about form, it's talking about a sort of personhood. Yeah, it's body means in sense of Sanskrit and Tibetan. And English we use body and then reality body and empty body kind of a thing. And the English often use empty form, empty body, empty phenomena, empty world. Sounds very, very empty to me. But we can use that. And then these three are inseparable. And means these three are not separate. Means there's no three, it's only one. If we use medamic logic, then in order to have three things, then we have to have one start one. So there is no one because you cannot find one. One is, you cannot find a singularity that has no directions or no size or no dimensions, then we cannot really talk about one. And there's, if anything that we can point, either divided by time or either divided by directions. And once we don't have one, they would not have three, because three is needed to start from one. And that seems related to our math, but we know there's no such things. Even in mathematician or math, we always talk about 2 plus 1 all the time. That's not true, because there's no such things always become. There's always, if there's two per person, not 2 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, yeah. And we talk about if two person, there's always a different. These 2 plus 2, 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 2 are always different. There's no such equal things in there. We still put equal sign, but there's nothing is equal. So how sometimes we talk about math is so perfect and so kind of indisputable logic, that logic or science, but in reality there's no such equal things in this world, at least. So then what we have is nothing but everything. That's the whole logic. And now we can read further. As well, the city of the 6 classes of beings, those nature of samsara, are simply reflection arising within the scope of basic space of phenomena. Moreover, the various manifestations of birth, death, pleasure, and pain are like within expanse mind itself. Although they do not exist, they appear too, and in manifesting they have no basis. Simply occurring agelessly due to the circumstances. Neither existence nor existence. They are by nature beyond extremes, fully encompassed within sphere of being, free of elaboration. And everything, whatever appears in the scope of Rigpa, is everything is interesting. We can treat as interesting. If fantastic. Phantasmagory is used here. In Tibetan is more like the show of magic show. Is this more like a magic show? As if anyone know magic, that's just good. If no, good old days, there is no cinemas and others, so since magic show is the one thing that people can gather and see. Interestingly, this phenomena can act differently. And that's what we see then in sutras. We have these many examples that lightning, cloud, mirage, and reflections, and so forth. And here, saying same thing, is that like clouds in the sky, it just occur and dissipate and so forth. This really the last line is a last line or last two lines that neither existence nor non-existent. So these are often used. It's a simple term that existence is we or think we know something we have a house, cars, and trees, roads that we think exist. That's why we trust to drive on roads. Sometimes there are sinkholes, but most of the time we are okay with that. And then we can live in a house that can shelter cold, rain, and wind, and so forth. We trust that existence. That we care about, and we are happy with we are alive, new babies born, but we are sad with someone die and someone are gone. So that's what we do. So we pretty much care about existing things, but once we losing grasping on the existing things, then we fall into sometimes the non-existing things. Oh, maybe it's nothing happened, nothing. So these existent and non-existent and thinking that have something value or not are all occur in our mind. That is there's no existing things, there would not have non-existent things, because that's just an agrigenous logic, that interdependence we can use here. And then the last paragraph we can read with the next page. Mind itself, that is the nature of a waking mind, is pure like space and is without birth and death, pleasure or pain. It has no substance to declimate and is free from phenomena, samsara and nirvana. It cannot be characterized as something and being infinitely spacious expanse. It is unchanging, without transition, spontaneously present and uncompounded. Given that, it lies within the Vajra heart essence of utterly validity. Everything is naturally occurring with objects of sublime enlightenment, state of spontaneously present. This is the second section of the precious of phenomena. Concerning the universe, appearances and possibilities rise as a run. Yeah, and these sometimes we need to remind us because samsara is already here, which we try to managing it, but somehow it's become out of our control, and then these texts would giving us that we need to think about that it's already here, but arising from its nature, which goes back to our mind nature. So that is this chapter, the universe of appearances and possibilities, rising as pure Ram, that what we are talking about. This translation is maybe we can change a little bit to say that our awarenesses are manifest as a universe of appearances and possibilities, and kind of Buddha feels that we are projecting things. It's not the appearances and possibilities that projecting or appear as a pure. Maybe we stop here a little bit to question and answer, and the next session we would have. Is anything that's happening? Time is wrong.
2:59.
Oh, good. Time is always wrong. There is no right time. Soon as it started, John, when time soon as started, it's wrong.
What time?
Time.
What time? Show me time.
Khenpo, within Kutu Sampo, time is always right.
Do you have sense of humor? That means really that takes a lot of practice, and that's just really good for you and around you. Yes, I would say that right means wrong, and yes, exactly that Kundu Sambo, the ever positive. Time is ever positive, so it means time is Kundu Sambo. So we can treat it in that way too. Yes.
Actually, within the basic space, if there's no right or wrong, no up and down, we can't say anything is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. That's what it says. That's we need to understand, and also we can believe in it that way, as our life is much more easier to manage ourselves, and if we try to control others, that's also maybe easy. I don't know. The problem comes when we try to control others' the mind. So then it's a little bit difficult. Yes, please.
So I've noticed, even within just the first 2 chapters of this text, it's really beautiful how, on one hand, it takes the approach of negating things.
Yes.
And on the other hand, it takes the approach of saying, all these magical displays, realms of bliss, pure realms, both seem to be, methods to cut through our ordinary perceptions of reality. So my question is, for non-practitioners like me, like us, most of us aren't these great yogis. Can we have glimpses of this reality? Or is this really reserved for, the yogis in the caves? Or can even people like us have glimpses of, these pure, magical, blissful reality.
That's interesting. Pure magical reality experience. What do you mean? Pure? Is you want to some shining things or it's when we talk about reality, so most of the time it goes back to the root, the origin, and then it's settling. No fantastic experience should not happen in there. And in a actual practice, even don't even try to think whether it is luminous or not. My luminous good in my mind is clear enough to see things. Are you talking about that something phantasmagory things need to this kind of experience or?
No, what I'm saying is sometimes post meditation,
Yes.
I understand that we shouldn't be attached to experiences,
Yes.
that can become an obstacle, but sometimes it just happens. Post meditation, you walk to stretch your bones, and just the world appears as like beautiful and just almost as if it's a pure realm. And my question is, when this text talks about the pure realms and the world being magical or appearance being magical, we're talking about realm of bliss. When we have those experiences, is it kind of like what this text talks about, or those are like separate? That's a different experience.
My seems to understand Longchenpa. We talk about these texts and how Longchenpa sees things, yeah. And Longchenpa used this term, two terms, kind of very obvious. One is here on page 19 that he's called these are like phantasmagory. What does that mean, phantasmagory?
The way I see it, it's almost like a magician's creation. It's almost like a hologram.
Yeah, it's not really looking forward to experience. Yeah, experiencing, because when you describe these kind of manifestation of proliferation and dissolution and this kind of magically display, open and closing, that seems interesting and there's some sense of profundity, but seems Longchenpa sees these things are quite strange rather than it's something that it's called magical display or something like that. But it's a little bit phantasmagory, and we have another strong one on in first chapter. What we say that exceedingly strange or something. Yeah, that. So since we need to see
Page 9.
page 9. Okay, what line?
Second to bottom paragraph.
Okay.
Dream images have no basis. How exceedingly strange it is to fixate on samsara and nirvana as though they existed in their own right.
Yeah, here he's, of course, I could be maybe a little bit wrong that we are fixated on samsaric things, that how strangely we can do that. But thinking the yogi seeing word is not necessarily it's see us in a totally positive way to looking forward to seeing it. It rather is a byproduct of what you are seeing is kind of informal and it's also unimportant products that we see. What I heard from you is more seems not only meditation occupies, but post-meditation, the seeing things that kind of somehow fantastic, yeah. It's maybe not exactly like that, yeah.
Okay, there's a question on the web on Zoom. Why is Riga, or why is Ripa often referred to as the fourth time?
Well, yes, that's another term we need to learn a bit. In the Dzogchen, use not only three times, but fourth time. So fourth time is used as, because these three times we conceptualize, but when we say fourth time, then timeless time. Sometimes use timeless time. People argue because if there's no three time, then how can be there's fourth time? Yeah, that's exactly what they're talking about. There's no fourth time, that's why it's fourth time. It's no time, that's we call fourth time, beyond time. And Rigpa is awareness. Now we quite familiar with the Rigpa. It's not mind. It's awareness. It's very strange in English, I think, if you say that either. Anyway, maybe big A and the small a, that big A, the awareness that is permanent now, totally masked with the Buddhist system. It's permanent and empty, emptiness that our mind nature is called Rigpa, and that only exists in fourth time. And because things only can exist in a fourth time are, if we say, permanent things, because then you don't really need to rely on a times. Then beyond time, then the permanent things can exist in fourth time. Now we can see how much mess we mess up things. Then these terms are then if we don't relax and loosen ourselves a little bit, then it's these terms will give us much more difficult concept that's unexplainable term. Yeah. And if that's the question, the fourth time and Rigpa related in that way. And another question?
Yeah, okay. Khenpo, thank you for this profound teaching. Is it one awareness appearing as myriad apparent separate awareness?
Yes, when we conceptualize myriad of appearances. Appear means something happening, something multiplying and expanding and manifesting. Means our big A awareness manifesting small A awareness, and that's what we are talking about. But the main thing what we need to know is the source, always going back to the source. And then this book is repeating again and again that no matter what manifests, it's all things do not stray from that source. That's really important concept or teaching that when you think about. Okay. More?
Oh, okay, one more question. So at the bottom of page 15, Longchenpa mentions that this Dzogchen view can free one from developmental practice. Given this, could you elaborate on the role of effort-based practice, such as Nongzhou and creation stage visualization, in understanding and integrating with the Dzogchen view?
I guess I kind of know, but maybe a few lines are not that clear. I missed something maybe. Yes, exactly. If we are in a realm of effortless scope, then the whole idea of Dzogchen teaching is the ground, path, and differentiation. That's the very blue book. You can see how nicely summarized it. It's saying that everything, appearances and existence, samsara and nirvana, has a single ground. So that is a very important idea or the concept. It means our origin is sin. And then yet two paths and two fruitions, and magically display as awareness or unawareness. So these due to knowing and unknowing, or we call sometimes ignorant, that is not literal translation in the Tibetan. Ma rig, because ma is negation, so use unaware or unknown or that's why it's these translations, Marik, the ignorance called unaware. So this unaware, due to the unaware, we have samsara that the two paths are taking only one ground, but two paths, that samsaric paths due to the unaware, and nirvanic path that's due to the aware or realize or unrealized. And then due to this, then we have two fruitions coming that we call samsara and nirvana. But the whole purpose of Buddhist teaching is somehow we want to reverse that part. And in order to reverse that part, even if we are making effort for to achieve something or effort for practice, the final purpose is we want to get back these effortless stage or this uncontrived or uncompounded origin. We want to get there. Until we get there, do you remember the very beginning we are messed up? with our own awareness that we are unaware, and then the two paths and two fruitions are formed, then somehow we are really difficult to traverse backward or reverse back to the origin. And what the whole teaching is, the Dzogchen point of view, the whole Buddhist teaching is the purpose of realized Dzogchen, because only Dzogchen can take back to that origin. And that original origin is nothing to do with effort. The final transition or final trick to we think we are compounded things, created things, and conditional things. We need to change that state to uncompounded state. So that only can do by effortless practice. We do effort for things, means creating something, and that is adding more problems. So that's the purpose. However, Dzogchen, we have a preliminary practice that quite effortful, and of course then all tantric teachings have rituals that effortful, and also then sutra level we talk about 6 paramitas. You need to do effortful things. As that whole purpose of journey is we want to get this effortless stage. So that's why we need to practice effortless practice. Okay.
Thank you so much, Khenpo, for that explanation. One small clarification, please.
Yes.
The word permanent usually means, while in the formal definition is the common locus between phenomena and non-momentary. That's permanent. But I have come to understand that for Mipang Rinpoche,
Yes.
his use of permanent means does not disintegrate. Is that true? Is that correct?
You say Mipang Rinpoche's use integrate or what?
Does not integrate. Things are still changing, but it just does not integrate. It does not get worse, get bad. No, it does not deteriorate. Maybe that's the correct word.
Oh, okay.
She's saying disintegrate.
Oh, disintegrate.
Well, disintegrate is more of a neutral word. Maybe I mean disintegrate in the bad way. It doesn't go back.
Yeah. Yes, we permanent in the Tibetan Takpa is a word that often used. So simple in a beginners when we wanted to describe what phenomena or dharmas are, there is permanent and impermanent things. Seems these two categories of dharmas, and that is a little bit different than when we comes to Buddha nature doctrine. Then Buddha nature is called permanent because it doesn't fit in permanent, impermanent, changing. So impermanent the category because it's not compounded and not conditional thing. And the Mipang Rinpoche I don't remember exactly, but there is sometimes use permanent as a loss quite long or eons, like Buddha feels that called permanent, but It's called Junchi Takpa. Jun means continuously permanent, but it's not permanent itself. It seems like lasts forever, but Buddha feels also will be destroyed by the other conditions. So it's impermanent, but sometimes we can call permanent. But here we are talking about permanent is used, I would say loosely that we need to say something. We categorize something. Because if we don't put labels, then it's become difficult to say what we are talking about. So that's
but it would be helpful to know what that label means.
label means
I mean, in this case, the label permanent. What does it mean in this context?
yeah, it means rikpa.
So it is something that lasts forever, and it changes, but it lasts forever, and it does not deteriorate.
It doesn't change. It doesn't deteriorate. It's not compounded. It's not conditional.
Is the wisdom mind of the Buddha permanent?
Yes.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I need to get.
If you have knowledge of other tradition, some traditions believe that any type of cognitive or mind should be impermanent, because mind already put in that category that in order to, mind should have a process of thinking. A process of thinking, understanding is based on condition, and condition means compounded and means impermanent. So that's a tradition all over India and Tibet still are, and still they are very strongly defend that idea. And the Buddha mind is impermanent. But somehow our tradition, Kaju and Nyingma tradition, is Buddha mind should be permanent because Buddha is Dharmakaya, as Dharmakaya is unchanging, uncompounded, something that compounded means then some other condition will destroy and deteriorate or disintegrate it. Oh yeah. So
Okay.
all kinds of degeneration, rating things would happen.
There's often reference of Iswara as a representation of God.
Yes.
Yeah, theological religion, the idea of a God.
Yes.
It's oftentimes forever and it is permanent.
Yes.
So the Buddhist criticism of such a God is that if it is permanent, how can it interact with other beings? Because it's permanent, it's unchanging.
Yeah.
Something that is unchanging cannot have interaction with other things.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we run into that same problem here?
No, because we are using labels. So we are not claiming anything.
Okay, all right.
We are not believing in such way there's creator that permanent to create impermanent things, or we are not. We just out of somehow we are humans doesn't have much. Humans' toolbox is run out of tools, so now we only have two good tools that indicates existent, non-existent, or permanent or impermanent. So that makes sense to us. So we use repeatedly these again and again, whatever we want to use. And then, so we want to describe the Dharmakaya. Then this is so obvious that in a Buddhist toolbox is not that maybe tools are become very expensive, so we don't have
So I should keep in mind that a lot of the common Dharma explanation or Abhidharma description of things do not necessarily apply in Dzogchen.
yes, definitely.
Yeah, because they would say like in
Terms can apply, but
yeah,
this concept of abhidharmic distinction or the categories of dharmas that stays in a kind of straight on entity is blurred here because there's no such divisions in here. And the terms we use, because these terms are we talk about the self-awareness, and we still need to use dharma or phenomena, that's the same thing. And we still using permanent, impermanent, so except these three terms we use, we saw yesterday that dynamic energy, magical display, and adornment. So except these, we pretty much regurgitating what we have in a Buddhist toolbox. And then we are kind of keep saying that sometimes soon as we know what we are talking about, the objects, then we are not clinging on the term. So that's, I think, the idea. If not, we cannot introduce new terms, and then it's endless terms need to introduce, and then also difficult. So that's why it's a little bit challenging to say the same term we use, but then of course it's difficult. In Buddha nature, sometimes we use self. Yeah, even the Greek self means the Buddha nature is called self, and the Greek self. So we are making sense to us, and also permanent. It means okay, then we can think about. This negation, we don't need to negate things. It's some sort of positive statement that can referring to something. Soon as we fixated on or concretize or the term to the meaning, then we are a little bit behind. And there is a very good explanation on the label and meaning. We always think the label and meaning has some relationship in between. The term and the meaning or the objects has no relationship at all, nothing. We say water, in English say water, Tibetan fire, Chinese fall, and Sanskrit agni, whatever we say. If different language we don't know at all, and which means our labels are just a cultural product that making sense to us. And especially when we say fire, somehow our conscious direct to available, accessible, commonly agreed fires. We don't even saying this general term fire. Generally, we are not saying specific fire. And really, the term and object has no relationship at all, and which means we give us a little bit room for thinking, okay, now I see. I can call anything that...
That is true. I understand that. language is nothing but a convention.
Yes,
But it is a convention agreed by a group of people.
yes,
So when I say computer, everybody understand roughly what I mean, computer.
exactly.
And so within the Dharma teaching, if generally there's an understanding of what nirvana means, or what permanent means, or what emptiness means. So
Yes,
if somebody comes along and use a word with a different meaning,
yeah,
it'd be very helpful for all of us if that the definition of the new meaning is being given
yes,
upfront.
yes,
So we don't keep thinking about this other stuff when really they are pointing to this other stuff. Yeah.
yes. That's why permanent is
Yeah.
very handy. It's almost like a wrench with a hammer.
So everything is a matter of definition. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, yes,
So
definitely. That's why when we say permanent, what do you mean permanent?
yeah.
It's the Abhidharma level of permanent, or the Madhyamaka level of permanent, or the Tantric level of permanent, or Buddha nature level of permanent, or just Dzogchen level of permanent. Yes, exactly. We don't need to learn new terms, but we need to on all the term we need to explain what do you mean. Yes.
Actually, Lee Bray has typed in the chat that says permanent in a sense of being continuous, eternal. And
Yes.
actually, that is the exact opposite meaning of the Dudra meaning of permanent. The
Yes.
Dudra meaning of permanent, it does not mean something is eternal. It just means that something doesn't change for the time that it exists.
Yes. Duda is very basic kindergarten book that almost Duda treat us we are a child who doesn't know anything. We need to basic sort of how to treat their friends. There is some agreement on some choice we need to share. This here ground is we need to divide these tools that the good category or bad category. So we should not mix these two together, and that's why then the whole phenomena is subsumed in these two categories, and the two categories, one is permanent and impermanent. So these, everything need to fit in these two boxes. And then that's just the Duda rule, yeah, that we all know. And that's, soon as we grow up a little bit and going to middle schools, then we need to break that box and to mix some tools together to say, now what? Maybe three categories come now, and those are right. But now, somehow, we need to make a tea break, and then, if you have time, come back, and I will give very short, long of a text that I'm going to teach soon. And end of this next session, we will chant that prayer. It doesn't take very long. It's a very short text. And the original plan was we are going to chant this Gundu Songpo Mulam, but then it's somehow we need to change earlier because due to the requirement of our another friend's father died. And next session we will spend a little bit of question and answer, and then we read a little bit more in our text, and then we will go to conclude our session, and then that will be maybe end of this teaching in these 3 weeks, and then we will meet again and again, hopefully online and offline. Yeah. Which one? You, thank you. Oh, okay, thank you. Yepe Makara Rinpoche. And Anela may share this particular prayer. It's called aspirational prayer, as aspiration prayer of Dzogchen ground, path, and fruition, which I'm going to teach from New Year to until January 4th afternoons. Garchen Rinpoche Center. Garchen Rinpoche asked me to teach this, and hopefully will be in on the YouTubes or Zooms that you can listen. So first, I'm trying to find.
Just for clarification, it's the Western New Year, not Tibetan New Year.
Western New Year, yes. Western New Year.
Is it on the website? Gaoxing Institute website.
Khenpo, we can put the Tibetan on the iPad if you want.
Okay, maybe that's easy. It's already here. So we will chant this in English in the end, but I want to show you that this text is related to what we learned in the past 2 or 3 days, and this is really condensed form. It's always called aspirational prayer. That of course, when Bodhisattva was a person who wanted to born certain place, want to realize certain things. So aspiration is very, very important. So aspiration means you want to be something, and you want something that sincerely asking to that, and then of course Buddha, Dharma, Sangha will help, and our own nature will reveal. And this is particular Dzogchen text. Longchen Yenge Tilele Shinlaman Drivu Malamash Paragunda Zombola Janzalo Donela Domene Loeron Yin Judanda Yubama Yin Jarve and Maze Mebama Yin Grunde Gunje Shenganda Ma Yin Juye Yole Zojin Shi Nilo Dobar Shongo Dombe Daben Tale Joron Yi Zarvi Jibi Madan Turjien Game Na Zodruvi Shi Zomda Yan Tong Lan Tame De Zojin Shi Nilo Dobar Shongo Zamje me cha zhondo gun thom cha yu dong mi bi chung zi nambar xin de dong ju la jari jia zhang do tong ta fara mi deng sarai chenpo yin zo chen xi yi ne lo do varai rong o nam da ji mi ga da la lun zhom de ma xi bi nang xia Kuda ma zang re dong sung ju chi re do ba xi ye gong ba ce de xin lam je ne la kur ju me ba ra shi. Yin ne ta bi da we me yong me rong o ri bi gong ju shom ne sa de me bi ju be zho dan zhe rong yin lum yo zhu zhe jian bian. Lam ji ne lan kun chu me bar sho song en nam to cho so ma long xin dong nyong long ma den de man jiang ba. Xia zhi ri me jiang yin lu nyang long bong long ye zi rong yin yong xi gong lam ji ne lang kun chu me bar sho. Tong me jie ye nam ka da ngang xin nong ri wang ka la jin teng xi. Chisarashipa nanda doba le chichu chuden shanam gabo driva jaravu zansa sambarish. Yene rang gundu sambo la tabi shendu tada yin soya. Shazuru lande zobai jimbu shin yin gundu sambo kalong bom driva jaravu zansa sambarish. Rabda mene oma chenpo tong chabdara lunyam chaja chenpo ngon tato longyong zoba chenpo ne. Salama yoden shirzo lundro bon driva jarbu zansa samba jo tuchu long chen sabja ye tatu malam samonde kasong chansong rahul pende tsorji korne ko sabdong perla tong yu jing tender malam tar chin chir. Namki nyingbu shin labe konyong bebe rinzin la subject or the teja chi rodon namka nyambara sho. Okay, that's our prayer text that we will chant in English and meanwhile, if we have a question, please start with that and we will not. We don't have questions today.
Okay, there's a question online.
Okay.
So, why to reverse to the origin if there's no origin?
Yeah, these few days I have really good questions somehow. I don't know. Should I know that?
Okay, there's a follow-up comment. Like dharmas never are separated from the ground.
No, the first one I think it's a very good question, but yeah, the whole our purpose is unravel, and exactly that's why there's no origin. That's why we need to reverse back to non-origin place. If there's origin, means something happened. We need to go back to never happened place, and means we are not going back there either. So that's all terms that we use is it's interesting to us, but it's not necessarily. If we take term as literal meaning, then it's maybe have a little bit difficult. Maybe you can close here. Okay. It's not really. I have good answer, but yes.
Okay. Even if it's not permanent or not, the awareness can arise.
Can you say one more?
Even if it's not permanent or not, can the awareness rise?
Permanent or not?
Even if it's not permanent or not. I don't know, this question is...
There's double negative?
Yeah, even if it's not permanent or not, can the awareness arise? Is that the lungzhu, the luminous ability of the mind?
Yes, even if it is not permanent or not, the awareness can arise.
I think this person, English isn't their first language. They just mean even if it's permanent or not permanent.
Oh, okay. Now we are really thinking deeply. Since, of course, we all have this, we are assuming that when we say arising, then we are assuming that something happening, that language triggering us, our concept, because language and concept intertwine to form. Without the language, the concept is difficult. First language is coming from concept. And when we say awareness arise, we automatically think either arising from permanent or impermanent. If the reality is neither of them, then we still can say awareness arise because that's how we language can say, but we don't necessarily follow the language itself. And either we're taking that as a mild way of awareness arise without rising, or just say awareness never rise, awareness both way. It's okay. This question is not easy to sense way to answer because there's no not really language can explain this. Is that the syndrome, the luminous ability of the mind? Is that the syndrome of the luminous ability of mind? Yes, that's what we call the syndrome is luminous mind or ability mind. So one thing we can think about often in India and in Tibet, we always think the language and the concept somehow very close. Somehow these two are without other. It's almost kind of mirror image somehow. But I kind of found out it's quite different somehow. So language is much more powerful than concept. Language can say fire is water, darkness is light, enlightenment is samsara, suffering is bliss. You can see it's very hard to conceptualize. Meaningful is how can. That's why we have struggled with this. What do you mean permanent? Awareness is permanent, and permanent is such way. And so my understanding is the teachings, what we have language that form in a sentence or phrase that can go beyond our concept. We don't need to conceptually frame and making sense first to verbal sound or language come out, but language itself has own rules too. All these contradictory statements or things that can put together, and that sometimes make us discomfort because it gives us that we cannot think in that. We cannot. How to say? We cannot. We are not ability to follow language correctly. So that's our disadvantage of that. Maybe that's you can think about it. That's my own small brain thinking. Is others may disagree with that. I never heard of others. Others always kind of put together language and concept together, especially in the Pramanas. They talk about these kind of universal concepts that arise from language and concept. And no sound.
It's not. It's a long time.
Oh, okay. kind of things, what we can see in these days due to the great internet distractions. Okay, no more questions? That's good. Anything to talk about? Can you talk a little bit about language, your English specialty? And you think language has something that, I don't know, can express beyond some sort of thoughts that...
There's a literary critic named Paul Damon, who wrote an essay where he was talking about distinguishing between the sentence as a grammatical unit, where you're talking about separating, a sentence has a subject-verb-object structure, and that creates these divisions and these relationships of reference. But Damon is talking about this dimension of language that he calls rhetoricity, which is more of a expressive dimension. And part of his argument is that rhetoricity in language, or this expressive dimension, can't be reduced to grammatical structure, meaning. That he has an example of someone using a sentence in the same sentence in two ways, rhetorically, where the structure of the sentence remains the same, but the meaning changes. And there's examples to show that this dimension of rhetoricity can't reduce it to grammar. And I was thinking about this in relation to, I don't know if tal is the right word, but expression. That there seems to be something about this expressive dimension of language that is intelligible to us, but exceeds conceptuality. And I'm interested in poetry, so this is where I'm interested in the ways that language can be intelligible to us in ways that exceed our ability to conceptualize it. But it also seemed, part of what's interesting about the Longchenpa's teaching here is that it seems like he's thinking about expression ontologically, that there's something about mind, that the cognizant dimension of Dharmakaya is that this is something ontological, and I just wonder if that ability within language, that of which a poetic function or a rhetorical function of language is somehow connected or derives from that ontological dimension of expression that is the way in which emptiness manifests.
That's really good, yeah. Yeah, we all think language is somehow is first conceptualized and then manifest or not manifest, expressed or present through a person or something. But yeah, that's exactly. I think here is not I know, but it seems anything can happen. So sort of things. As there's no, we cannot pinpoint to say this thing can rise and this thing cannot rise. But there's no limitations in theirs. Language is one of them, and we can, since that's is many languages are not necessarily directly the product of concept. That's what I want to say. And so now we are using language, then we can see the problem arise because we always want that language, that's meaning, concepts that we hear or we believe in. So maybe not necessarily language, not only language itself, maybe the rising any phenomena, and talking about very subtle rising of Dharmakaya to Sambhogakaya to Nirmanakaya is also another layer of rising, and that is quite profound thing. So what we are talking about, just manifestation that already phantasmagory or exceedingly strange or whatever you want to treat is out of our control and out of our definitely conceptual control. And that's next time you can think of what language you can do and what concept can follow or not. That is one thing. Thank you for sharing that. And
Can I ask one more question?
yes.
These three levels of transmission.
Yeah.
I was also thinking of these. There's the mind-to-mind transmission.
Yeah.
And then the signs.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of second Sambhogakaya level of
Yeah.
and it seems like part of the way the symbol is working at that level is that it's not a referent. It's not like the symbol that happens at the Sambhogakaya level means something. It is the expression as an expression. It is the transmission. Like the separation between the thing referenced
Mm-hmm.
and the expression or the reference itself is kind of collapsed at that level. I mean, I'm probably getting beyond my level of being able to understand what I'm referring to, but it always seemed like that the symbols at that level are there's no difference between the thing signified and the expression that's signifying them, if that makes sense.
Yes, there's maybe great range of these transmission of through symbols. I think because Dharmakaya to Sambhogakaya is happening because we talk about this Dharmakaya level of realization, and Sambhogakaya level of realization is equal, and there is not this level of transmission is not really transmission. It's just become one, the equalness, and then somehow in Sambhogakaya a level, the higher realized beings would access Sambhogakaya to Sambhogakaya to Nirmanakaya. Somehow we have these. So these are not necessarily giving something, but the Sambhogakaya is also manifesting somehow because of what five lights represent. Five lights represent five wisdoms, and five and so forth. Is every appearance is indication of something, pointing to the deeper meaning. That's maybe higher level, but later, even the Guru Rinpoche teacher, Shirisimha, pointing his finger in a space, is that also treated as a transmission of a symbol. So there's sometimes real gestures, sometimes maybe just colors and rainbows, maybe other signs too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. John, please say something. Rescue from we out of
Question or about this?
caution. Yeah.
I have several.
Only one. We don't have that much time.
I told one.
Okay.
Does the Buddha create any effort in his enlightenment?
Buddha.
Buddha.
Uh-huh.
Does the Buddha have to do effort to get enlightened?
Yeah, that's a tricky part of that. In order to become effortless, we need to practice effort for things that are kind of ironic and also how does it work. If we want to relax, maybe we need to run an hour and come back. Relax would be much relaxer than sleep whole morning and wake up groggy and then drink coffee and relaxing. It's not maybe that's a good idea. Somehow it's effort makes effortless. So that's why Dzogchen preliminary practice is much more effortful than our general preliminary practice that we do, kind of relaxing and visualize some trees and Buddhas and wandering here, there. It's a little bit different, yeah. So that's why Dzogchen, all purpose of effort for practice is for effortless. Yes, you?
So would you prefer a philosophical question or more question with practice?
Up to you.
We'll go for the practice one. So when Tulku Urgyen gave you the instructions about looking at the back of the skull, did he talk about like how long should the sessions last? Should we do at first maybe like 1 minute of looking back at the skull, then like 30-second break, then go another minute, then another break? What was his instructions in terms of how long should the sessions be?
Should be less than this. Yeah.
And then do you
If more than this means something wrong.
And then do you slowly extend those periods, or for the rest of your life?
Repetition.
Just over. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's your question.
Well, the quick follow-up.
Yeah.
What about post-meditation? Did he give, in terms of Trekcho and looking at the back of the skull, did he give Tulku Urgyen, Rinpoche, did he give instructions about what to do in post-meditation? Do we, when we walk around, do grocery shopping, do we still every once in a while try to look at that? Or did he give other sort of instructions for, real life or post-meditation session?
Not much.
So what was?
So you can do preliminary practice, you can do sadhana, you can chant whole sutra, you can, that doesn't really matter. It's going, you should have, if you take that dosage, you should have some impact on your practice. So the main purpose of, you should see these houses, celestial palace. You should see us as a deity, Yamataka, and that's the requirement. The requirement. That's the ideal practice. If you cannot do that, then something should change your attitude towards objects. And we cannot really predict what will happen. That's up to individuals' practice. Should have less grasping on objects and more easy going life. Yeah. We have Dunjun Rinpoche's phrase that if you're certain drawing, gava pinjung ge fuju kan son to jiba dzogchenji fuju, I think. You are happy when you meet whoever. When you meet whoever, you are happy. Wherever you go, you are comfortable. That's you should be in the Dzogchen practice. If you are uncomfortable with people and unhappy with places means a little bit difficult. Yeah. More?
Okay. On Zoom, there's one question. What does it mean in meditation to look within?
Look with you.
Look within. Look within.
Look inwardly.
Look within.
Oh, within. Look within. Okay. Yeah, that I don't know. I just try to look my mind. That's called look within, or look inwardly, or look at your mind. That's what that means. Okay, please. No one question? Okay, good. So that's really good. No, okay, yes. No, okay. Yeah, we have went through quite a lot of line. If you don't mind, we can read until page 21 straight, and then we read the last aspiration prayer, and today then maybe we can stop here, but it's not now a matter of how much I can talk, but more how much time you want to spend on this book. So you will understand, and you will get blessing and understanding from this book. So now we have basic understanding of the Dzogchen terms and Dzogchen understanding and those. And now I also share my own Root Guru's methods. So if you want to use that, that is in your toolbox. So you can use freely. And Tibetans also usually say that the Dharma has no honor, so whoever has more brave, diligent, that's on Dharma. So now you're on the Dharma, and that's in your hand. Okay, which line what do you remember? In interruption, that's the second paragraph, and then we read from third, okay? Page 15. Therefore, the fortress of weak. Did we read already this?
I think we got to the end of the chapter, didn't we?
Yeah,
So we finished chapter 2, so we should start with chapter 3 if we want to. Am I wrong?
Oh, sorry, yes. How long?
21.
Yeah, we read chapter 3. Everything is subsumed within an all-inclusive waking mind. Since there is no phenomena that does not include waking mind, whose nature of phenomena is that of a big mind. Space is a metaphor for waking mind. Since the mind has no cause and is not object, it does not abide in any principle and transcend the realm of imagination. The phrase "the realm of space" is simply a way of illustrating it metaphorically. It for itself cannot be described as something. How could be the underlying meaning that illustrated, imagined, or described? It should be understood as a metaphor for this. The underlying meaning is that the waking mind is self-knowing awareness equal to space. It's not within the realm of the imagination for its device illustration or description. Naturally lucid and unwavering, the spacious expanse of utter lucidity is not created by simultaneously present with no fixed
reach or range.
Dharmakaya is a spacious domain that is the heart essence of enlightenment. The evidence is that anything can and does arise due to the dynamic energy of awareness. Even as it arises, there is no place of rising or anything rising. Rising is simply a label, for if examined, it is found to be like space. Everything is being encompassed within a supreme state of equalness without a bias, constitutes the expanse of infinity, entails no dualistic perception. Given that the naturally occurring timeless awareness, the true nature of phenomena is boundless. Analogies are used to what can be for underlying meaning and evidence equal to space, the nature which subsumes everything and is without differentiation or exclusion, is exemplified by these three thinking factors. In the womb of basic space, and supremely spacious of everything is timelessly equal, with no time from early or later, no better or worse. This is a lightning intent of the Samantabhadra or the Vajrasattva. A waking mind can be compared to the sun. It is utterly lucid by nature and forever uncompounded. With nothing to obscure it, it is unobscured, spontaneously present. Without elaboration, it is the scope of the spiritual phenomena, which does not entail concept. In being empty, it is the Dharmakaya. In being lucid, it is the Sambhogakaya. And in being radiant, it is the Nirmanakaya. The three kayas do not come together or separate. Since these enlightened qualities are always and forever spontaneously present, they are not obscured by the darkness of loss and false. They are identical in beings without transition or change. Identical and permeating all Buddhas and ordinary beings alike. This is called the natural occurring awakening mind. Is the dynamic energy arise anything at all, whether there is realized or not. There is a universe of appearances and possibilities, the beings, the perceptions, all their variety. Though things arise, none of them has an independent nature whatsoever. Like water in a mirage, dream, an echo, a phantom's emanation, a reflection, a castle in air, or hallucination. All things are clearly apparent, yet do not truly exist. They merely manifested ambiguously, without a basis or support. You should realize that all these manifestations are temporarily ambiguous. due to the nature of spontaneously present waking mind. There is a continuous display, the magical illusion of samsara and nirvana. Since the entire magical display is fully accomplished, you should know that it does not stray the scope of primordial being. Within this, everything is the scope of a waking mind. With that transgression, all is perfect. Without being made so, everything is perfect. Naturally occurring transcendental awareness by nature spontaneously perfect. Given that waking mind is neither apparent nor not apparent, the outer and inner world of samsara and nirvana do not exist as phenomena, yet arise nonetheless as a myriad display. The universe of appearances and possibilities, whether of samsara or nirvana, because they are by nature the stirring of mind, dynamic energy. In simple arising, forms are by nature empty. Forms, but even as manifest, nothing whatsoever has form. From what is unceasing, there is a manifest, but there is no sensation. These are illusory expressions of emptiness. Even within abiding, there is nothing that abides. There is no basis on which anything could abide. Within the context which is there, regardless of what manifests, it never exists as what it seems to be. And so things reduce and merely labeling as no independent nature. Sensory appearances, moreover, arise naturally due to the dynamic energy of awareness. And so their nature is described in a purely symbolic even in the very moment that thing seems to rise, the dynamic energy, they do not without to with no question of whether or not something arises. Even dynamic energy, with no finite essence whatsoever. So within the context, nothing stray in the slightest from a waking mind. This is the third section of the precious treasury of the basic space of phenomena, presenting the metaphor of a waking mind. Yeah, we have language, we have metaphors, now concepts, so that's our toolbox has those things, and this is metaphor. To somehow we need to describe awakened mind, Rigpa or Dharmakaya. So wonderfully, we have chance to read until chapter 3. Rest of the chapter you should read even if you are busy or don't have time, or you may not. This is not a cup of your tea, but still read this book once through. So that's my kind of how to say. I'm begging you to read this book once. And then today, always time is our enemy, so we need to stop here. But we are going to chant the aspiration prayer that we are not from here. That's Anila. Can you project that? If you have the text, if not, your cell phone or something, you can look at that. No, just I give long.
You just gave the long.
Yeah.
Okay. You have it on your cell phone, Anil, I was giving it to everyone. That's the one that he just read at the beginning after lunch?
The prayer of the ground path and
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe someone can
If you don't have it, I can share.
can lead the text. My eyeglasses and a little bit difficult to.
I sent to all of us. You have it?
Yes.
You don't have it? Okay, I will sit here. Okay. It's not very big.
Homage to glorious Samantabhadra. The true nature of things is naturally free of conceptual projections. It does not exist, since even the victorious ones do not see it. Yet neither it is non-existent, as it is the ground of all samsara and nirvana. There is no contradiction here, for it lies beyond the realm of expression. May all realize this great perfection, the true nature of the ground. In essence, it is empty, hence free from the limitations of permanence. By nature, it is clear and free from the limitation of nihilism. Its capacity unobstructed, it is the ground of manifold emanations. It is divided into three, yet in truth, there are no such differentiations. May all realize this great perfection, the true nature of the ground. Inconceivable and free of all superstition, one-sided fixation on things being either existent or not existent completely dissolves. The full import of this turns back even the tongue of the victors. Without beginning, middle, or end, it is a great expanse of deep clarity. May all realize this great perfection, the true nature of the ground. Its essence is pristine, unoriginated, and primordially pure. Whatever manifests is the expression of this unconditioned, spontaneous presence, without perceiving them as other, realizing the great unity of awareness emptiness. One's understanding of the ground will reach a point of culmination. May there be no deviations and mistakes concerning the key point of the path. Pure from the beginning, even the term view does not exist. Aware of the original state, the sheath of meditation falls away. There are no reference points, hence no need to restrain one's conduct. In this spontaneously present nature, the state of naked simplicity, may there be no deviations and mistakes concerning the key point of the path. Not falling into partiality toward positive thoughts or negative ones, and without giving free rein to a state of indifferent neutrality, manifestation and liberation, and expanse unrestricted, unbridled, and spontaneously free, understanding that the nature is inherently devoid of needing to accept and reject. May there be no deviations and mistakes concerning the key point of the path. Like space, awareness is the universal ground and starting point. Manifest ground spontaneously present, yet vanishing like clouds in the sky. The mind radiates out, projecting outwards and then returning within. to the youthful vase body inner space, possessing 6 unique characteristics, may all seize the throne of this majestic fruition. From the very beginning, awareness itself is Samantabhadra. Within it, all hoping for attainments dissolves into the sphere of reality. The true character of the great perfection beyond intentional effort, the sphere of reality and awareness, the inner space of Samantabhadri, may all seize the throne of this majestic fruition, utterly non-abiding, the nature of the great middle way, all embracing and spontaneously vast the state of Mahamudra, freed from limitations and wide open, the key point of the great perfection, the virtues of the levels and paths fundamentally complete, spontaneously present inner space, may all seize the throne of this majestic fruition.
Okay. So this is a short form, and we can see include. This is short form aspirational prayer that one of famous yogi Jigme Lingpa wrote this, and you can see how close these are, and it's very, very precise aspirational prayer. In this book, it of course have the ground, path, and fruition, but we couldn't finish go through all. But this book, the short aspirational prayer, shows what ground should be, treat, view, and what kind of meditation path you should take, and what result we would get. So that's all there, and I'm going to teach that this new year, 2024. So if you have time, if not, you can listen from YouTube. I think that's particular text is good. I think 4 days, yeah. Afternoons, yeah. Mornings, Gachin Rinpoche. So wonderful that he's giving this early weekend that text, and then this short text of this we will go through. So that's a good news. Good news on Good New Year. And thank you so much, people online, patiently waiting and sharing, and especially sharing kind face to me or us. It's also sometimes comforting that there is some more people that I know and still care about me. And of course, then big thanks to Drupal Rinpoche. Without him, we cannot really accumulate this particular tremendous merit. I think this me giving me this opportunity to sharing this Dharma is, I think, for me is important. And of course, sometimes we need many conditions to happen these kind of gatherings. And Drupal Rinpoche is always kind to anyone, and of course, but especially for me is one kind Lama to me. And his center here is in Chicago, has been a long time, but this is a new facility that we can see now. People are sitting comfortably, and we can do Dharma practice here. And then especially we have Anila here, resident Lama here all the time. So if you have questions and need to practice or anything that want to learn from her and practice with her, it's really good opportunity. And also at the same time, all the centers need support from anyone, spiritually, financially, and also at many levels. So if you can do that, that would be good, not only in person here, but beyond online, and whoever connect to this center, please help us. And it's important to, you can see, due to having this nice center to open to everyone, how friendly, how openly, and how helpful this center is. I have been many centers that sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but here seems very, very friendly and very supportive. So please support each other and support center and support Anila and Drupala. And then Lama Tim is also here giving teachings, and also very important. So learning from someone, and sometimes people need to someone push a little bit to say we need to practice, and we don't know everything, but need to ask and so forth. So please, this is a rare opportunity that we have, and you should not kind of miss that opportunity. And now I don't want to talk too much here, and so this past few days and today has been a wonderful day for me and for you. I think it's teaching may benefit beyond our group, and of course our group is always kindly supporting each other. That is already merit. So thank you so much, everyone. Really, thank you. Mm-hmm. Maybe should we do a dedication yet? Yeah. Dedication. First.
Page number 17, your prayer book, please. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root and lineage lamas, divine assembly of yadams and assemblies of Buddhas, bodhisattvas, yogis, and daginis, dwelling in the 10 directions. Please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, therefore causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Sharavaka or Pratika Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Maras, and the orders of demons, experience happiness, be separated from the suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. And through that, may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of mindless such and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I in any case gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in time of death. Bardo.
Okay, thank you, Kambola. Thank you for sharing your great wisdom with us. And thank you for all the Sangha members of Chicago Ratnashri Sangha Center. And also thank you for all online participants. And please welcome back and give us a more great opportunity for sharing your great wisdom and great bliss. Thank you very much.
This is Tibetan Mongolian style. The kadas. Give means give, doesn't give back. This is Western style. So that's why our customs a little bit different than our Western culture. Yeah, maybe.
Group photo, please.
I mean, like it. We are taking pictures, so. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're getting just the three of them, maybe.
No, all together.
All together?
Yes.
Sure.
London.
Give it Lama tea.
It's okay. Everyone can fit there.
Oh, sorry. Everybody say nothing.
This way.
And then one more nothing.
Poop.
Okay. How about you?
Adornment of space.
Okay. Yeah. Are we magical display or something?
Wait.
Yeah.
One with the Polish guy.
Adornment of
He has
space.
to translate into Polish language.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Take care. And hopefully see you again and again. Thank you. And thank you for coming and sharing some of your thoughts. Really.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Khenpo. Thank you. And, thank you. Sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Were you thinking of that third chapter when you asked the question, or was that just tendril?
Tendril.
That's wonderful. Okay, thank you so much. Please come again.
Okay, yeah, I will. Thank you, Baba.
Kata, sorry.
Kneel down. Kneel down.
I do what you say. Thank you. Please come back soon, huh? Yes. Very fortunate. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Yes. Namkhano.
Yes, no one knows.
Origin, if you don't have the